Coming up in this video, I'll give you 12 actionable tips from pre to post interview to take your interview style shows to the next level. Find a guest that will bring valuable information to your show and that will resonate with your audience. They don't have to come with a large social media following or a big fan base, just find somebody who's passionate on the topic that you'll be speaking about. To find the right guest, check out platforms like Matchmaker, Podcast Guests, Perfect Podcast Guest, or collaborative podcasting Facebook groups. Listen to previous podcast interviews with your guest. Creep their social media. Google them. Do enough research that you can lead the conversation, but not too much research because you still want to be curious about the questions that you're asking. By doing research ahead of time, this will allow you to come up with an angle that's different from other interviews that they've done. Make notes ahead of time to keep the recording on track. Include key points and timestamps to let you know when to change subjects and move the interview along. Preparing segues ahead of time will allow you to easily transition from topic to topic. Do research ahead of time so you know what questions people are asking about the topic that you'll be talking about. You can use keyword research tools like Google Keyword Planner and Answer the Public in order to find out these questions. You want to make sure that your questions are open-ended. You don't want to ask something that would lead to just a yes or no answer. Try probing to get more out of your guest. Ask questions like, can you elaborate on that? What do you mean by that? Can you give me an example? Set up in a small, quiet room. The more cluttered, the better, and if it has carpet, this will really help with any echo in the room. If you're going to be using video content from the recording, make sure to have a distraction-free background. If you're recording in person, you'll need to properly set up your space in order to get the best audio quality. This includes a computer, separate microphones for everybody, an audio interface, and headphones. Check out our podcast setup video for best practices. Before you get into recording, turn all your phones and devices on airplane mode so that notifications don't distract you or your guest. Remember, it's easier to prevent bad audio than it is to fix it. So do a test recording to make sure all microphones are level and the audio is clear and crisp. Listen back to that test recording before you record the bulk of your interview so you can fix any audio issues ahead of time. You can use this time to warm up your guest and get them comfortable. Try asking simple and fun questions to get their brain moving. A great one to ask is, if you could teleport to anywhere right now, where would it be? Recording remotely makes the whole process easier because you can do it from the comfort of your own home. This also means that you and your guests will be looking into the camera, which gives the audience a feeling of being involved in the conversation. Make sure to find a program that makes the process easy for you and your guest, that will give you separate audio tracks for everybody involved in the recording, and doesn't rely on internet connection throughout the recording. Riverside takes this all into consideration. The user interface is easy to navigate. You can invite guests directly from the studio. The software records locally on both you and your guest's computers and then uploads that recording to the cloud, so internet issues won't affect the final quality of the recording. You can download separate tracks from each of the guests to bring into your editing software, or you can use the editor to trim your content and design your video. And then you can publish your video podcast directly to Spotify through Riverside, or you can download your entire episode in order to upload to your podcast hosting site. Recording with the Riverside app makes the production process much more simple because you don't need any equipment. You and your guests just need your phone and to download the Riverside app. The app will continuously upload throughout the entire recording, and then you can head to the web to download separate tracks to edit. If you are recording with 2 or more guests, try to manage the conversation and have no more than 2 people talking at the same time. To avoid voice overlap, use the name of one of the interviewees in the sentence when you're asking the question so that they know who's to answer first. You can also get used to using nonverbal cues by leaning into the microphone when you have something to say and leaning away from it when you're done speaking. Organize your content while your mind is still fresh on the interview. Gather all the audio and video files and put them into an organized folder so that everything's downloaded, gathered, and properly named for when it's time to edit your interview. Remember that it's hard to be a guest on a podcast. It can be nerve-wracking and it takes time out of the day. So make sure your guest knows how much you appreciate them coming on the show by sending them a follow-up email, and this will also open the door for any potential collaboration opportunities. We hope this video gave you some actionable tips for your next podcast interview recording. Make sure to subscribe to our channel so you'll be notified every time we post a new video. And if you want to know the easiest way to record, then check out this video next, where I'll walk you through how to record your next podcast interview super easily.